Good morning, guys. My name is Rudo, and as you know, I'm a full-time, quit your day job, a trade for a living crypto trader and investor, actually. So I'm going to take the trade for a living out. And this is a trade for the living podcast where I share the ideas and setups and directions I see in the market on the daily so that you can try and copy or mimic what I'm doing. Okay. So good morning to those joining in live. And for those that were here in the beginning of the week, just a quick update. I was explaining to you about the weekly overlap, and I'm going to talk into that again a little bit in today's stream. And then I also said that, the big pivot that we have is around 91 thereabout for BTC, and that the market's potentially going to push down into that level. Now, here we are. Bitcoin went to that 91 pivot. And, if you're struggling with trading and you're a little frustrated and you missed the move, the buddy indicator is always there. It's a very simple tool that I've made available to all of you guys. It gave the first idea for the long at around 92.240, which failed. And then it gave you yet again another long buy setup. And this one played out nicely. And currently that one is printing the money. Okay, so it gave you additional areas where you can add onto your position as well. So, it's printing money. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at Bitcoin 4-hour time frame, and let's see what I'm expecting for the market. Okay, so it's very simple. Good buy zones always end up being good sell zones if they fail. It's just why? Because a good buy zone is at a good support level. Okay, that's the idea when I do the analysis. And if that support level fails, that then gets turned into the resistance, and the market will go and retest that zone. So good buy zones are good sell zones when they fail. So always remember that. So if you have a nice setup and it failed on you, wait for the market to go back and then short it. Simple as that. Okay. So on the 4-hour time frame, what do we have really big picture wise? You can see that we're still in our trend and we're still keeping our trend momentum. Okay, this is our momentum ray, and we had a little bit of a shakeout. Now, if we look at this whole cluster of price action, and we look at this whole cluster of price action, and we bring in our RSI, you can clearly see that the RSI went lower. Come on, now I'm quicker than what TradingView allows me to. The RSI went lower. This means that we have hidden bullish divergence, or had hidden bullish divergence in the market, and it's currently pushing price back up. We went to $97,000 for BTC yesterday. Now, the big thing that we need to keep in mind now with this kind of price action is that if this is hidden bullish divergence, this typically appears on your fourth wave. Now, the easiest way to try and visually explain when it appears is when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a typical impulse. The market's trending, okay? Your hidden bullish divergence appears there between your 2 and your 4, which means the RSI there will go lower than what it was when it had 0.2. So this tells me that there's still move left because we've got hidden bullish divergence. Okay, so I need to think, and you need to think, dream big. Dream $110,000, $115,000 at BTC. Now, there's many tricks we could use. We could use trend-based fib extensions, where you use the one there to try and predict where the 3 is going to be, which is your 3618. Typically, you can see how the confluence line lines up. Now you want to move that up to there, and if the bottom is in, you're now looking for a 1 or a 1.1618. So bigger picture-wise, you can even be bullish for Bitcoin around 265, these kind of areas. But that's so far ahead of time, I tend to not want to trade towards that because that's maybe where the bull market tops out. Okay, might be there, 145. I think my earliest estimation was the 120. That's, I think, how high Bitcoin's going to go. Okay, so now we have a little bit of a foresight. We kind of know what we're looking for. What if we're wrong? Okay, so simple. This demand needs to hold. So anything that the market gives you at the moment from a trading point of view, all the way back down to, say, around 93,500, that should be considered a buy zone. Okay, simple. We've got a big area, and I'm going to switch to the line tool to just show you there. We had resistance, and then we started moving up, and there was a little bit of uncertainty there, and you can see that the market is now turning these kind of areas back into support. So it's just simple. The support level at 94.2 needs to be tested. Now, the market won't necessarily just go to that line. It's going to want to do what? Create a little bit of a wick. That's why I say think a little bit lower, because of this area here where you can see this cluster of candles, price action, there's a lot of negotiation there. So that would be the area where I would say anything above that needs to be considered a buy zone. Okay, so I'm just going to mark this as trend support. Okay, so it's just a dark line. I don't want it to necessarily, overshadow everything. So looking at whatever happens on the smaller time frame, let's now go to 15-minute time frame. If the market wants to fill this gap, you can now see this, the confluence coming to our setup. The market wants to fill this gap. That's going to be the area where the extreme would be. So you want to buy other people's stops. You always want to buy when everybody fails and gives up, because then the bus is empty, then the moves are going to happen. Okay, so everybody's going to want to buy dips here at 94.5, probably get wrecked, and then the market will run. What else do we have in this scenario? You can clearly see we've already got hidden bullish divergence. So between these lows and these highs over here, the market's already trending down, but we don't have anything for this trend signaling that the market is over just yet. So there's no strong bullish divergence kicking in that sense. Okay, so it means just be a little bit patient, wait for a little bit more retrace, will probably get the job done for you. Okay, taking this information now to the buddy, yet again, if this kind of analysis is overwhelming and it feels frustrating for you, just use the buddy. Okay, so if you look at the buddy, it already said there was a long. Now, it didn't activate the long, didn't go to the buy zone between the purple lines. Buddy's simple. Buy between purple, take profit on green. Stop at red. It's simple. It's simple color scheme. So the short went there. It went to TP1, TP2 already. Okay, so you're already in the short according to the buddy, and that means that it's buying you. It's giving you patience, getting in that area. So all you need to do is just simply use the buddy. Now let's head over to your comments real quick. Okay, let's quickly see sleepless night from catching you live. Thanks, JJ Doc. I hope you get some Z's in there. The market's going to be printing some money, so you should be able to sleep a little bit lighter. Let's see what else we've got here. It's just all the regulars. Good morning to each and every one of you. Ronak, Tian, Chris, Yuto. So 90K, big question then. Will we go back down there? Now, if I bring this analysis, full circle to try and close off the BTC picture, let's bring the daily time frame back. Okay. I said in the beginning, I'll talk to you guys about overlaps again. Now, the weekly overlap means that maybe let's do the weekly candle first. I'm going to take away the RSI. That price can overlap the weekly candle, but still close bullish and continue onwards. And that's what we want to try and see. So anything within this area is really good. And here's the question about the 90K. Can we? Yes, we can definitely go there, because the bottom of the weekly opened around 88. Okay, so we can still shake everybody out of the market. There's no way that you're going to know what's going to happen. So this thing can still go from a daily point of view. Do this, do this, do this, and then run. Okay, and that could potentially be the beginning of a fourth wave correction. We'll stay in this zone for a little bit longer. So it means that 90K is a high probability on the larger picture, because we can double test that. We can sweep the lows. People maybe got in too easy, that kind of thing. And the last little thing, it can bring some altcoins into some nice buy zones. Now, so to conclude this, let's quickly go to the HODL section. Okay, like the AAVE buys, we're now flying. We've almost doubled our money from that buy and so forth. So it's going to bring new coins into some of those areas. Now, I'm going to just show you guys one that I've got my eye on, HNT. Okay, I've got my eye on this one. We've had a nice pump consolidation. So there's the demand zone, the original buy, and we've not made a higher high. We're trending down still. So when those kind of moves happen for BTC, this one could potentially go test that demand zone or even wick down a little bit lower and then run. Now, a good example of a coin that just did that is TON. So we can have a look at TON real quick, just to kind of give you a fractal analysis of what it is I'm seeing, okay? So HNT is somewhere here. Okay, we can still go down and grab that buy and then run. Ton at this stage is looking strong, and I want to see this thing keep on pushing up a little bit higher. Okay, and then there's a few more, but that's for this afternoon stream where we're going to be looking at some alts. So I'm going to say this to you guys now. If you want your coin charted, like Stanku wants to talk about Mobi or anything else, reply to this video, and in this afternoon's hodl section, we'll look at those coins and see what opportunities we have. And as always, I will give you guys some of my best setups, things that I think is going to be performing really good. Things like Filecoin, that's the buy zone for me for Filecoin. And I mean, that's going to be a 13,000% for me for today, for this bull cycle. And where it's at now, it's still early. So I want to explain that to you guys, because if you zoom this out, you can still see we're still in the flat line range. There's still a lot going to be coming our way. So those kind of things. So I see Charlie 3 guy, cheers. Yes, Damon, Charlie 3 is pumping. Last time around, we explained that I said, plant a seed. So your seed should be sprouting nicely. Still not bullish. Going to be straight, you know, for Damon's sake, he's not going to like it. Still not bullish. This kind of supply, you can see we went to about 50% of that area. So it's just telling you that, where's the fibs here? This is the old layout. Come on. There we go. So you can see that we kind of went around the 50%, which is typical. But this tells me that Charlie 3 has now gone through this kind of wicks. It did it a lot in the 2019 bull cycle. All the alts did this. Little wick pump, go down, shake out, and then move, which means that we're moving into what is potentially now we passed the low volume shakeout of an accumulation phase, and Charlie 3 is going to start moving into its markup phase until finally we reach the bull market top where you need to get out. I'm going to sell on your ass if you don't. And that's it. So we'll look at a little bit more of those later on today. And that's basically that, guys. So very simple. If you want the buddy indicator, all you need to do is go to the Discord and you can use PrimeXBT as your sponsor partner. You open a PrimeXBT account, deposit some of your trading capital in there, and then send me a message by clicking on the little claim button. I'm going to ask for your Prime user ID and your trading view ID so that I can hook you up with the indicators. As simple as that. And for those that cannot open a PrimeXBT account, maybe you're in the US, very simple. You can either subscribe to my private services by going through the step-by-step phase there, or you can just outright once off buy the indicator and have it for life by going through the steps there. It's as simple as that. You guys have a lovely day. I'll be back in this afternoon where we're going to be looking at those hodl coins, like I said just now. So I'm looking forward to that. Remember to send me the comments in the comment section. I see Renee is already asking for Rune. Play Media is asking for not coin again. So there's a lot of runes coming in. Netmine booming. Yes, I am loving it. My latest 2 coins are so close to doubling my money so I can dive into more coins. I can't wait for them to bloody do that. So I'm really excited. I've actually sold some spot BTC yesterday so that I can get in on some of the other coins that is in that zone. You know, it's getting ready to just pop. So I want to get them soon enough. So there's a lot of interesting things happening in the market. Now is the time, you know, that to conclude off, you know, we now, disbelief is going to turn into hope. And that's a really exciting time when disbelief turns to hope. And then that optimism is the wave that I want to try and get in as much as I can, because this is short-lived, my friends. When it goes to belief, thrill, euphoria, it's going to pass like a wink. And I'm already getting WhatsApps from friends and messages from people on streams. I bought, it's amazing. Can I buy more? And how should I go about it? The prices are doing all the marketing for us at the moment. When people log on and they start seeing things like this, you know, big green bubbles, it creates greed, and greed is the same thing. Greed doesn't change, guys. That's why the emotional market cycle always remains there. And I want to help you guys navigate that through the hodl streams and the afternoon streams. So remember, no financial advice. I suck at this. The end of the day, I make mistakes. If I don't manage my risk appropriately, I will lose money head over fist. That's the key here, guys. Always just practice level-headed common sense, practices. And if you want to know a little bit more as well, I've got a whole array of educational content, from strategies to mindset, everything you would need to know to do this. And it's all in the Discord. Links in the video description. You guys have a lovely day. I'll see you in the afternoon and chat soon. Cheers.
I'll keep hustling.
Subscribe now.